Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of Azeroth. You love to see it. Good morning, Azeroth time, number 44. Nice to see everybody. I hope the audio isn't too massively scuffed. We'll have to see momentarily. I'm joined today by the fellas, man, by my esteemed friends and colleagues, upstanding members of the Classic WoW community. Of course, Dunedain, how are you, man?
Hello, man. Good to be here again. Always nice. Best time of the week, I guess.
Best time of the week, hell yeah, we're consistent. 2 in a row, man. Defcamp, how are you?
What's up, guys? How you doing? Good to be here and having a good week so far. Hope you guys are as well.
Hell yeah, and Big Melderon, dude, looking so fresh and so clean. Can we get some cheese and rice in the chat for Melderon's well-groomed appearance? You love to see it. The beard, the hair.
Mr. Clean.
Thank you guys. Hey, how's everyone doing today?
Fantastic, baby. Doing great.
Sounds low. You guys are low volume. There it is. Let me turn you guys all the way up.
Someone said Defcamp audio is bad. Is it like, do I sound bad or do I just...
Also, Dunedain's and myself, our cameras are a little clipped. Just so you know.
Let me see if we can troubleshoot this. Yeah. We will do on the fly, in real time troubleshooting. Guys, say something.
Hello.
Sound better? Actually, is Mr. Clean, is that Mr. Proper in Belgium? Is that the same thing?
Wait.
It's a cleaning thing. It's like a cleaning product.
Yeah, it's actually the same thing. Yeah.
They said still low.
All right, let's try that. Let's try that. That might be a bit. Let's check this out. Don't worry, we'll clip this all out. Actually, we won't. We never do. It might be better now. Test. All right. Hopefully it's better now. Well, anyway, welcome back, guys. As we Talix in the house. Good to see you, Talix. I have changed nothing. I swear. I don't have time to change shit. And somehow they can't hear you that well. On a scale of 1 to 10, how low are they, guys? Scale of 1 to 10. Doesn't look low to me, man. It looks like you guys are through the roof. I have you all at 200%. They are getting louder. I guess it's fixing itself. All 3 guests are silent. Okay.
Yeah, I still can't hear. I was listening to the stream. I still can't hear anything.
All right. All right, I'm going back to the old setting now.
We're getting louder, maybe.
Getting louder. Definitely, you guys are all 200%.
Oh, I sound pretty good now. Okay. Melderon sounds a little low though. Melderon, try turning yourself off on your end because you're really low to me too.
Yeah, I have you guys at the maximum volume I can possibly do it.
Yeah, Melderon, I have you all the way up on Discord, but I can still barely hear you.
Really?
Yeah.
I can hear Melderon pretty good, actually. Is that
okay
better for me now?
That's better.
That's louder.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason my mic went down to 36. I have no idea why.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that's really weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can go higher if you guys want. Just let me know.
Louder Melderon is better Melderon. No, but I mean it sounds loud though. Like it sounds good. Let me turn my mic down because they're saying I'm loud.
I can't really put mine a lot higher. It's at 91.
I think we're good now. All right.
Okay.
Hopefully it's serviceable. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Defcamp, just get us into it, man. You know what to do, man.
Here we go, guys. If you can hear me or not, I'm sure you'll be able to hear me on this anyway. So I'm going to give everyone a max rank Dispel Magic, Cure Disease to get rid of this coronavirus shit. Here we go, everyone. Good morning, Azeroth! We're here, we're back, number 44. Can you hear me loud and clear? I hope so.
If you guys aren't awake, you are now.
Absolutely. You love to see it. Do you have Abolish Virus, Defcamp, in your toolkit or no?
Abolish Virus, yes.
Do you have Cure Virus?
I do now, yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, welcome back. This is a kind of a miscellaneous transition. Okay, we should be good now. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it sounds good now. I think it sounds good. Yeah.
I turned myself way down and all of you guys up to the maximum, so hopefully it's better now. All right.
All right. It wouldn't be GMA without some scuffage, right?
Wouldn't be GMA. Cap City, thank you very much for the 100 bits, man. I appreciate it. Kargoz is still clearly louder. Okay, I will continue to turn myself down. One day we'll get there.
Oh, I said GMA cry was only slightly loud instead of explosive, but it's all right.
It's all right.
As long as you guys can hear us now, we're good. Yeah.
Freaking Streamlabs OBS, man. We don't have.
Dude, don't even get me started with them. Oh my God, yo, if anybody here uses Streamlabs, first of all, it's a horrible fucking program. Okay. Second of all, changes like every month. Okay. And I'm like, Melderon, I need you in here to help me. And he's like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. And I hate it. I hate it so much. They need to make it easier to use. They need to just have settings where you're like, high setting, low setting, instead of trying to figure out every different week what they changed. And don't even get me started with it.
I couldn't agree more. I streamed for I streamed twice last 2 days, and it was since January that I did, and everything changed. And the first stream, my title was Happy New Year. Children.
Bro, it's literally a meme on my channel now, dude. Whenever I go live on Twitch, it says Kargoz Classic WoW Summer 2019 hype stream. And sometimes it'll just revert back to it. I don't know why. It's literally a mystery. I've contacted the Restream folks. It makes no sense whatsoever. I've reconnected with the API. I'm just forever a 2019 summer hype streamer. I guess
that is
Oh my god, that's too funny, bro.
in all caps, too. It's like an absolute meme.
In all caps?
In all caps.
Oh, that's great.
Yikes.
Guys, real quick, I just need to read off the Snapple fact for you guys.
All right.
Listen to this. So I've got a couple. But greyhounds can reach speeds of up to 45 miles per hour. Did you know that?
Yeah, they're fast.
Greyhound-
That's why they
And
race them.
also
Greyhound buses, maybe? You talking about the
no,
dog?
no, not greyhound buses. The dog.
No.
The Doge.
dude.
The Doge.
The
But
Doge can
also-
get 45 miles an hour.
Yeah, 45
Yeah,
miles
dude.
per hour.
That's what they race them.
Maybe
So
for
the
about 3 seconds.
The hippopotamus has the capability to remain underwater for as long as 5 minutes.
I believe that. I
Yeah,
believe
the
that one. The 45 mile an hour, one, though. I don't know about that.
That's crazy, right? Hippopotamus. And also, potatoes have more chromosomes than humans.
Yeah,
Is that true,
that's true.
Melderon?
So
No.
does wheat.
Wow.
I got a couple extra, though, so I don't know. I might have them beat.
So does wheat.
Potatoes
So
are actually
wheat?
just the
Yeah.
most intelligent being on this planet.
So, what's the evolutionary explanation?
There's a couple different theories. One of them is like so they have this thing called tetraploidy, which is like basically they have more copies than we do too. And then there's a lot of redundancies, so it's like a replication error that causes like these large stretches of like. So there's size and there's chromosome number too. That's the other thing.
Size matters, right?
Yeah, but it's mostly just error that causes all this shit.
Oh.
And they just keep
Okay.
compounding. Yeah.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
How's your guys been? Your week's been in the world of classic WoW and outside.
Wait,
that world
can
as
I
well.
first ask you a question though? How come Melderon and Defcamp look more groomed and put together than ever before in the heart of the coronavirus, where all salons and
Hey.
all barbers are closed? I straight up buzzed myself just with the I
You
don't
know
if you
what,
see
dude?
that,
In this
my
time
clipper,
of
man, because
like,
there's no barber to go to. It's all closed
but
down.
that's exactly what I'm saying. So in this time of like feeling, you're staying home. There's not a lot going on. You got to take care of yourself still, right? You got to still do self-care, because if not, that's when I start getting really depressed, start getting in a rut. So like
Yeah,
doing little
that's
things just
true.
to make yourself feel better, cleaning your room.
Get your eyebrows
get
plugged.
shower,
Eyebrows
bathe.
plugged.
Yeah, pluck your eyebrows,
your fingernails done.
clean your toenails and get your nails done, whatever. But seriously though, for real, like on a real note, like taking care of yourself during this time where you're not going out, it's really important.
How did
man.
you do it though? Legit, you just did it yourself? You just groomed yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I don't pay whenever because I'm bald, so I just fucking buzz my head.
Plus
Oh,
he's
okay.
cheap as fuck,
You know what I
so
mean?
he doesn't want to pay.
Did you
anybody
put
for
the
anything,
wax
yeah.
on to give it extra sheen, or is that just natural? Is that all Melderon right there?
No, it causes the shine is actually is tiny hairs and the way the light refracts off the tiny hairs.
And
that's
our
what causes
dog
the
licks
shine.
his head as well. Our dog
Oh,
licks his
okay,
head, so-
okay,
Yeah.
that'll do it.
Yeah,
That'll
well,
do
yeah,
it.
he's not here right now, but yeah.
Yeah, Melderon does not have any pants on right now. I can confirm.
No pants. You'll never know, ladies and gentlemen. You'll never
Yep.
know. Anyway, guys, so we don't have the most insane agenda for this GMA. We're gonna be shooting the shit, talking about ZG, talking about the future of Classic WoW, talking about, maybe a little
Current stuff,
light
yeah.
pandemic talk. Nah, maybe not. We'll see. We'll be talking about what else.
Server health and stuff like that. Yeah, I got a
Server
lot of
health.
stuff. I want to talk about that, but yeah. But first off, how have your guys' weeks been?
Oh yeah.
It's been
Well, you go first, Melderon.
it's uneventful. I'm working from home, so I don't know. I'm doing everything I usually do, but I'm doing it from my office or my not my office, my room. Going a little stir crazy.
Been playing a new game. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh, dude, I've been playing Ori and the Will
yeah.
of the Wisps. Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
What is this?
So I've been. Do you like platformers? 2D platformers?
Like Rayman?
Like Castlevania or like Metroid, like the Metroidvania. Do you know that genre, that subgenre of video games?
Yeah.
It's very much like that, but it's the graphics are stupendous. The story is great. The music's great. It's like the best 20 hours I ever spent. It's just an amazing game. And I played the first one too. I beat the first one, and then I immediately bought the second one, and I'm hooked. Yeah, they're
it's
really,
like
really good.
$2 or €2 on Steam.
The first one's like €2. Yeah, you can get it really, really cheap. Yeah, so I was playing that for a little bit. I also replayed Final Fantasy VII in preparation for the new the relaunch.
And you play Castlevania. Yeah.
I gotta ask
Castlevania
you some stuff about Final Fantasy VII, man.
Sure. What you got?
Let's finish up everybody's week. Yeah, I mean, this is
Okay.
Heart to heart, brother to brother. I gotta know, man. There's something I have to.
Oh.
Anyway, how's your week, Dunedain?
So yeah, I'm working from home, but as a teacher, it's kind of weird. I have less work, but what we do is kind of less interesting, more stressful in a way. You don't have contact with your students at all. Well, at least not you do, but it's like all digital, so it takes away the fun part of the job in a way. That's crap, but on the other hand, I have more time to do other stuff, like playing WoW, for example. Played a lot on Elts, like
Nice.
Rogue, leveled on my Hunter a little bit.
So you
Actually,
level a rogue?
yeah, I'm leveling a Rogue, yeah.
I thought you hated rogues.
Wow.
Yeah, no, not really. I couldn't decide between Hunter and Rogue, so I'm just leveling both. Hunter
I'm
is
leveling-
29 and Rogue is
Nice.
17. So yeah,
Nice.
it's been fun raiding on the Paladin and doing AB. We talk about
Yes.
AB later.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that with you later, definitely. I'll talk about my week a little bit. I also started leveling a rogue, Dunedain. So a lot of guys know it, like Rogue's one of my favorite classes ever. It was my first class I ever played, and I'm having such a blast with him. It's not hardcore or anything like that. It's on Skyrim. But one thing that I've noticed a lot, which I'll talk about later, is like there's like no one else out in the world leveling, and it kind of sucks. It's so hard to find dungeon groups. I also respect my priest as Shadow after we raided, and was doing a lot of Rothi Basin as Shadow, was farming, and I had so much fun. This is the first time I was Shadow again since I leveled, I think, or during like first like some dual tournament or something like that. But it feels so good just to actually do some DPS again as a priest. So fun, so amazing in PvP. And then last night we raided BWL. We had a good night in BWL. And I got an upgrade. I got the gloves, tier 2. So yeah, pretty good week. Working a little bit from home as well. But yeah, being able to play a lot more. I played a lot of WoW this week, so leveling off and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun.
It was good, for the past couple weeks, and then the raid group, it seemed like we took a few steps back, which always happens as part of just the cycle. People get, you progress, and then sometimes you get a little complacent, you take a couple steps back. This week was good though. I think
Yeah.
cleared pretty quickly.
Well, we had fun too this week,
Yeah, it was good. No Blaze for Days action. No pulling
No.
pulling the boss.
Yeah, no
Or
dumb
not wearing his
mistakes.
cloak or something. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, it was a fun time. So this week too, man, it's been crazy with everything going on in the world, right? You got to find the silver lining, though. I mean, like you said, you've been working from home, Melderon. Is that awesome though? I mean, that's no commute for you. You probably save money on lunch.
Yeah,
save money
I'm
on.
saving a lot of money. Yes, save money on lunch, save money on the commute, and I'm just kind of doing stuff when I want to do it. It's kind of nice. If I have something I want to get done, I can just say, "Oh, I want to get it done this time," and I don't have to start at 9. You know what I mean? I can start at 10 or start at 11 whenever I want to
You're
start.
lucky because you're salary too. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm
salaried,
also salary, so it's kind of
Oh.
like, it's whatever. But I enjoyed. I think I prefer it over working from the office. And
yeah.
I just VPN in, so it's pretty nice.
I can definitely say I don't, but yeah, it's like I said, it's the fun part of the job is
Yeah.
being in the classroom basically, and
Yeah, for
all
sure.
other things I don't really like as much, and now we only have the other things. So yeah.
So for me, wifey's been working from home, so that's chill. I usually have to get up early and take the dogs out, do our whole routine, go to Starbucks or Mickey D's, get some coffee, drop her off at the train
still open?
station. Mickey D's is, Starbucks is not, but I mean, you save a little bit on the
right.
coffee every morning. Then she doesn't have to
Yeah.
commute in, so she's been, at least chilling out, enjoying, smelling the roses a little bit. Things have been weird though, right? I mean, it's affecting literally everybody. I polled the chat the other day. How many people are on lockdown versus, able to roam the lands freely? And most people were kind of in the same boat, just sheltering in place or whatever. So,
Yeah.
that's kind of the elephant or herd of elephants in the room. But there's, looks like Italy peaked out and it's decelerating now, so there's a lot of good news on that front as well. But hoping everybody is doing well, safe out there, hanging in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, speaking on the new games front, I just want to chime in here too. I started this podcast. Well, it's really North's podcast. I'm just one of the guests on it that we do every 2 weeks. It's a MMO. It's an MMO podcast, so we try new MMOs and we just review them, kind of just from the perspective of being WoW players. It's called Backseat Devs, that's what we called it. And we reviewed Guild Wars, which is pretty good, Guild Wars 2. And Guild Wars is not like my super cup of tea, but this next one is Warhammer, Return to Reckoning. And Warhammer, dude, is kind of just... I really like Warhammer. The vibe from it, the feel from it, the way the
Have you
orcs
played
look.
it?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up painting the 40k figures. I played orcs
Nice.
back in the day, doing the tabletop, making the little terrain and stuff. So Warhammer's something that had me way more hyped than Guild Wars 2. So I logged in there last night trying it out. Gotta say, man, the Warhammer universe is pretty sweet, and we'll be working on a review on it. In 2 weeks' time is our next one. But just throwing it out there, there is this Warhammer private server that is going on. If anybody's bored, wants to try it out.
I might check that out, man.
Did you guys ever play Warhammer or ever even heard of it?
I never
No.
did. I know a little bit about the world of it, but very little.
So why is it a
Either.
private server? Is the other one not? Is it not live anymore or something?
Interestingly enough, this is why it's super edgy, man. It came out in 2008, and right during 2008 was when Wrath of the Lich King. I mean, WoW was peak right there, right? So it had
Yeah.
massive competition, and Warhammer just kind of lost out to WoW, right? But as far as just the setting of the universe and the way the races look, it's a little bit less cutesy, and it's a little bit more, kind of savage fantasy. But it also has its own wonkiness to it if you look at the orcs to it. Anyway, I mean, I don't want to shill it too hard, but I'm giving that a shot right now, and so far it's been pretty fun.
Nice.
The raid went well. I don't know. Things are good though.
So what's your question on Final Fantasy VII, Kargoz?
All right. So I really respect
Okay.
Melderon's opinion big time. So the other day when you told me this Final Fantasy demo was hype, I was never a huge Final Fantasy guy. I played the original Final Fantasy MMO on PS2 for a week, and I saw the chocobos running around and all this, but I was never a huge Final Fantasy head, right? So Melderon's talking about this demo, right? And so I was like, oh man, I gotta Google it. I gotta give it a shot, maybe, because Melderon, I definitely respect Melderon.
Yeah.
He loves it. And then I Googled it, and it just had that super kind of anime weeb style to a lot of the stuff. And I'm trying to make the connection. How do you get over that? Or maybe that doesn't bother you at all. How do you enjoy?
It doesn't, because the original game. So Final Fantasy VII is. It's Japanese, right? So you have to take that into consideration when you're playing it, right? You have to know that it's going to have weeb shit in it. It's just going to happen, right?
Yeah.
But what I can say about SquareSoft, or now Square Enix, is they take when it comes to the storyline, they always take from very heavily from Western culture. So the story in Final Fantasy VII is a perfect mix between Eastern and Western philosophy, or storytelling, I would say. So it's not just about the gameplay. I guess you have to get past some of the visuals, but I would it's free, right? If you have a PS4, or just download it and just try the gameplay. Don't worry about those kind of things. Look at how well the game is polished, and you go from there. But if you've never played the original, I wonder if people are going to understand where it's coming from if they never played the original, because it's
I'm sort of
it's
in that
built
boat,
on.
Melderon. I'm sort of in that boat, Final Fantasy noob. So I'm going into it kind of cold, right? I haven't been warmed up to it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know how much you like older games. It's very dated. But Final Fantasy VII is very cheap on PS4 store, or you can get it on Steam. You can try the RPG, the original RPG, the turn-based one. This is not turn-based. This is a live-action RPG. So it's different. But I don't know. I see where you're coming from. I hate weeb stuff too. I despise it. I just
But it's
don't like
Final
that whole
Fantasy,
thing.
so
but it's the exception to the weeb stuff, kind of. I don't know.
It's the only Japanese game I play, honestly.
Yeah.
I love Final Fantasy, the whole series. I love 6, 7, 9, 10 was okay, but like I never played the online versions though, so I'm like really into the single player games.
I think if you get into story Kargoz and stuff like that, it'll help you get past that stuff. Yeah, because the story is amazing. It's so amazing.
Yeah, it really is, and Barrett helps. Barrett's not really weeb.
Oh yeah, Barrett's awesome.
Yeah. He's a black dude in the game, so he's like, he looks like a black dude. You know what I mean? He doesn't look like a weeb thing.
And he's like, honestly, Kargoz, I think you should just give it a shot. You never got into the world, but I know kind of where you're coming from, because I'm not a big fan of like weeb stuff, but there are some things that I do like. Like I love Princess Mononoke and like Spirited Away, all that kind of stuff, and like but I also I understand where you're coming from, and I kind of don't like the really like anime stuff, but when it comes to Final Fantasy 7, man, it's like it's the story, it's the amazing gameplay,
and it did exist way before a lot of the weeb culture and everything even came. It almost has stripes on all that stuff. I don't know.
Final Fantasy 1 came out in, let me see what year that came out.
Real quick,
1987.
I just wanted to answer a question in chat. So when I was talking about the server, about nobody leveling on the world, yes, no one else leveling in the world, so is Classic pretty much dead? So this is what I wanted to talk about, Z, a little bit, and we'll get to that eventually. So it's not the fact that Classic is dead, it's the fact that some servers are dying.
Are dead, yeah.
Or dead, yeah. And
like Fairlina still has queues every day.
Yeah, Fairlina still has queues, and it's not just because of that, but so our server is about 96% Horde right now, with like 4% Alliance. And not only is that an issue, but the other issue is I feel like all the people that do play on Horde are like raid logging, right? So I really do feel like just like people think, okay, there's a lot of Horde and there's not a lot of Alliance, so just the World PvP is taking a hit. And it affects so much more than just World PvP, though. I feel like when a server becomes what it is now on Skyrim, it's not just the World PvP. It's like so many things have started to deteriorate, like world grouping and doing dungeons, doing quests together, having that feeling that not seeing anybody else in the world. It feels like playing retail at sometimes, and I really hate it, and I feel like Blizzard needs to do something to fix this, other than just offering $25 freaking transfers, because we have a guild that we want to play with. We have other people that we want to play with. We don't want to just have to change servers and leave everyone in the dust. And I'm almost like thinking, is Blizzard taking advantage of the fact that, servers are like this, well, then you got to pay $25 a transfer? If that's true, I think that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, they need to do right by the community and fix this issue.
The thing is, this has happened before in EU. There have been some videos about it on the Flamelash server. So Flamelash was actually one of the high population / full population servers before Phase 2 came out, before Phase 2 came out. And when Phase 2 came out, the Horde invaded Ironforge and all the major cities, and Alliance just couldn't play anymore. And all Alliance transferred from Flamelash, from what I heard, at least. I never played on it. So basically, no Alliance were left on that server. We saw Flamelash refugee guilds on Mokraine back then, and on Farima later. Not on Farima, on Bloodfang later. And eventually the server died out, and only Horde still plays there. It's medium.
Is it still up right now?
It's still up. It's medium pop, so it's not that.
I don't think they show anything below medium, bro. I don't think there's anything that's listed.
We do
low,
have
right?
2 low population servers.
There are.
Yeah. So it's the same story. It's probably going to happen. With
I mean, look what everyone's saying in chat. Like, I agree with you guys 100%. So you said Gravelis and Benediction are very even realms. Yeah, I heard about that. Defcamp, Blizzard doesn't give a fuck. They make money off the transfer. That's what I think too. But so a lot of you guys are saying, the issue that started this is 100% how they release the realms. You know what I mean? The problem is they released 10 servers and upped it to maybe 20 the first 2. It's all about, and we tried to warn them that, the initial 3 servers, whatever it was not enough. Then they had to make but it was, and now you have people who have transferred, people left of the realms, and it's like we're left with this mess.
Like
you
at
know,
the same time, like you say, in EU, you also have servers with queues. Like Firemaw is probably the highest population server,
Right.
and I hear that you sometimes have like 2-hour queues on a daily evening basis. I'm not entirely sure it's all true because I don't play on it, but I guess it's true. If you see they are still full, I can't imagine myself playing on a server with 2-hour queues in the evening. to be
no,
honest.
no. But I mean, like, here's the thing, right? So you have servers on that end of the spectrum, and then you have servers on our end of the spectrum. Like, can't we meet somewhere in the middle? Can't we try to fix this somehow? Because at the end of the day, what's happening is, like, people like us on our servers aren't getting the classic WoW experience. I mean, you're just not. Like, you're playing on a PvE server with like one faction basically.
The best solution for this that is presented in the chat before is a faction queue. So what would happen on Scarum, and we'd probably be the server that would have to deal with this. Like, I'm really curious. Try to visualize this on Scarum. It's 97% horde, right? So what if there was a faction queue, in the sense that it couldn't go past 70-30 or something? So we'd have to sit in the queue basically indefinitely until we transferred off. Maybe that's for the best, though. Maybe that's
I think
for the best.
it's too late now, though. When all
Then they need to
Alliance
offer like free
leave.
transfers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
You know?
I think if they did it before Alliance left, that would have worked. But you can. I don't think you can force. Like you say, it's 95 to 5% now. I don't see Alliance joining to make it 37.
No, I don't either.
They should smash
70.
Scarum with Heartseeker. Some of the really most extreme examples, you know, Scarum, Heartseeker, I think Stalags are similar boat. Just smash those together with the Alliance servers, and then pretty much do a faction-based, you know, do a faction queue for, you know, servers that are a little bit closer, so that they don't get further away from the balance. The imbalance isn't accelerated, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's not a
I don't
bad
think
idea.
they care too much.
It's not a bad.
about
I think
it.
we all agree something has to be done, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's getting to the point now where people are stopping playing the game because of this issue, and I think it's only going to get worse when we come out with the AQ, when we have, you know, potentially issues for the gates opening. We potentially have issues, you know, going into the Burning Crusade if we stay on certain realms, things like that. You know, I said this before, if I had the money, I would transfer everyone in the guild, but it's $25 a character. People are going to want to bring all the, you know, certain amount of I have like 4 guys I would want to transfer. That's $100 right there.
At least make it a discount. Make it like $5.
Or make some kind of guild, you know, like
Guild
I don't
discount?
know, a guild discount.
So
Something has to be done.
Let's say
Like,
everybody in the guild wanted to move over their main and one alt. How much money is that? Let's say so it'd probably be 80. You know, I mean, how many people are in the guild right now, Defcamp? Like of the core people that have an interest in
3.
raiding.
Like we have what?
3 raidfuls. So yeah,
That's
so what?
120 times
120
2
people.
if they
I
want to
would
bring an
say
alt, so 240.
It would be about 200 people total. I
200
think would
people.
want to come.
So 200.
So 200
what is it?
people-
$25 for a transfer? Or what is it?
Yeah, 200.
$5,000.
Yeah.
$5,000. That's actually not as much as I thought. I mean,
Oh my god, that's ridiculous though, dude.
yeah, I
That's
thought
just one guild, though.
It's one guild, yeah.
Just for one
So
guild.
I read in chat that Firemaw sometimes has 5-hour queues. That's insane. And people still transfer there from low pop servers, which doesn't make sense at all to me. But
Like I would love probably to go to Grovulus. That would probably be the realm. I think it's probably one of the best realms, even though it's a West Coast realm.
RP PvP, huh?
RP PvP.
The
I
RP's
feel like
grown on you a little bit. The RP
it
servers
really
with
has,
Bloodsail,
dude.
yeah.
It really has. You know what? Bloodsail has, I'm pretty sure, less people than Scarum, but that's a perfect example. It's a server that's alive, right? You go out in the world, there's people leveling. There's people looking for groups constantly. Scarum has more people in the Horde, but everyone's either like, and that's another thing too. Everyone just runs through dungeons now. Oh yeah, buy, run. And, you know, it's either people are just waiting in Ogre for, you know, buffs or queues and raid, and that's it. Like, the rest of the world is dead. It's absolutely dead. I miss the days of us having, you know, okay, let's go to Gorbashi Arena and do this and do that. And, like, you know, oh, let's raid the Alliance or let's do this. And, you know, so-and-so's getting ganked. Let's go help him.
Yeah.
You don't realize just how much having a balanced faction creates so many more things to do in the game. You know what I mean?
I repeat myself, but we're really, really lucky on Bloodfang EU.
Yeah.
There's an impact on the economy if you want to do what's it called, a monopoly on something. you can, and some other people do it, and you see the effects on the auction house for certain items. Also, certain horde guilds, which should not be named, raid us when we try to enter BWL, stuff like that. But so we go with like 5 alliance guilds now, and then
See,
they
that's
don't.
awesome. That's so
that's
Yo,
Yeah.
cool.
is
That's
it too
awesome.
is it too early for a fresh?
Yes,
What if Blizzard made a fresh, one fresh?
it's
Like
too
what,
early. We
starting
need a
from-
full cycle first.
Would
I
it
think.
absorb all the refugees right now, though? Would it help?
Kargoz,
I
when
don't
you say
know.
fresh, do you mean like starting from like they would they would only have MC?
Nah, they could have it right now. They could have everything open. Everything
Okay.
open.
Oh, everything
The
open.
new
That-
realm?
that's
Imagine,
Oh, I see
imagine.
what you're saying.
Fresh with everything
needed,
open
though.
right now.
A new realm that would allow free transfers to it.
Yeah, I mean, no,
Or
about
what
that.
you
I'm
do-
talking fresh. Everybody start from one.
Oh,
No,
Maybe.
No.
Maybe the thing is, in my opinion, most of the servers still have way too much population on them, so that could be some kind of solution. Also, if we go to the Burning Crusade, and if we all need to go to through the dark portal into Outland, then it's probably good that the population lowers a little bit. So that might be a solution, actually.
Right. Dude, I tell you right now, like, it's had such an impact. Like, I miss being able to group up with people and do, like, I haven't done any dungeons on my shaman who's 54. Haven't done one dungeon.
Wow.
Only dungeons I did were when my buddy Shadowlorian ran me through SM to try to get some gear. That's the only dungeons I did leveling him. I have a rogue right now. Haven't done any dungeons. I tried looking for groups. Certain times there are like groups, but like it is so rare. And even as a shaman, as a healer, couldn't find groups.
But why is
Everyone's
that
just
though?
looking for
because they're all
runs,
doing
man.
the private server boost. I mean, they're a power
They're
boosting
power boosting.
with the
Exactly.
mages, man. There's literally no reason. I mean, if you're trying to level something fast, that's the way you do it. It's just
Yeah, but I
It's
want
the
to
best.
like
you know.
on
That's
Singles
something.
Square, I mean, on Blood Cell, you look in chat. Everyone's looking for dungeon groups.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It's true. It's true.
It's weird, man. If I play on my server, it's only medium population, and I never have an issue finding groups at all. I play with a lot of guildies, but
Yeah.
today I was questing and I grouped up with 2 randoms in Westfall, and it was not an issue at all.
I
And it's
think
only
it's
medium.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of people on our server too, Dunedain.
Well,
Like,
I think that's really important. If I compare our server population with Mokraine, the one we started on, Mokraine was not only way bigger but also way more hardcore. So if you look at the list with fastest kills on Nefarian and stuff like that, then you see that Bloodfang is really low on that list. But that's really a good thing in the end, because
Yeah.
people play the game not in a min-maxing style as much, and they level as they are supposed to. So you're also finding groups, and I don't see that mage leveling meta. I never heard from it, to be
Damn.
honest.
Yeah, I mean that's literally all we see on our server.
Yo,
It's crazy.
I have a super fun exercise right now. Super
up?
fun exercise.
What is it?
This is type something if you're alive in the chat. By the way, guys, everybody's involved in this. You guys ever see the movie Aladdin?
Yeah, well, not the new one, right?
Yeah.
Well, either
I saw
way,
the new one.
same plot, right? So you know they have the lamp, and you rub the
Yeah.
lamp,
Yeah.
and then the Will Smith comes out, or Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Robin Williams, not Will
Rob
Smith.
Williams.
Robin Williams. Yeah, right. So he gives Aladdin 3 wishes. If you could be in your own little universe and selfishly change 3 things about Classic WoW right now. Yes, we are, ladies and gentlemen, the hashtag changes territory. This is just a simple thought experiment. Don't freak out. They're just thinking about it. If you could choose, if you had 3 wishes, change the game in 3 ways.
I just have one.
Just one.
Just one.
Balance.
But you can have 3 though.
Yeah, but I don't want to choose any more than one.
Wow, okay. And you know what
Yeah,
it is
'cause
already?
Oh, absolutely.
He knows what it is already.
Let's
Okay, let's
hear it.
guess.
I have
Let's
only
guess.
2 right now.
World
World
buffs.
buffs in the game.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was world
Yeah.
buffs.
Okay, I have 3.
World buffs are fucking cancer, dude.
Huh.
That's
Absolutely
true.
cancer.
It's true.
World-
I couldn't agree more, honestly. But I have 2 more. That is lower overall population cap on the servers,
Mhm.
because I think it's way better for the community, and buff trades
Mhm.
to match the 1.12 balance.
I would
Interesting.
go. Number 1 would be to make sure that all realms somehow have some kind of faction balance in place. Where I don't know how you would do it, but like I think it's so important.
Are we talking about the game itself or like server, like
Whatever you
I
want.
mean,
Anything.
you said anything, right? So like, yeah, that would be one.
Okay.
And APJ, I think I agree with you. Maybe multi-boxers being gone would be one. So definitely my number one though would be fixing this balance somehow. Like, it has so many implications. That would be my number one. I think, you know, just having like at least the lowest you could have, maybe like a 70-30, right? Split. So that would be my number one, making sure the factions were balanced. Number two, I'm going to disagree with you on the world buff thing. I know how it is, Melderon, but I would just keep that in the game just because that's how it was. And I mean, whatever, we'll talk about it. We'll deal with that later. But I think Dunedain, like trying to maybe just buff bosses a little bit just for what we have because of the 1.12 talents and because of the itemization we have. I do think we need to tweak just a little bit the difficulty on some of the raids. And then number three, maybe I would say multi-boxers gone.
So the population is in none of your.
Well, the population. So here's the thing, right? I would say I would want like servers to be healthy. At the same time, I don't want to see like dead servers because of like what I feel right now. So I'd rather right now play on a server that has like 5,000 people and that was balanced, you know what I mean, than playing on a server with 2.5k people that isn't balanced. You know.
Problem is, I think most servers are way higher than 5k right now.
Maybe some, yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't feel.
What about you, Dunedain? Three wishes.
Yeah. So, like I said, the first, I think the population cap would be my first and most important one, and the second would be the.
What do you mean by that? That you would tell the genie, you would rub the lamp and say, "I want all servers balanced." Bam, and he just
No,
bounced
I
everything?
would say I want all servers capped on 3k, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's probably selfish reasons. Some people like bigger servers, but I feel like the smaller are way more of a community feeling. It's really important for a lot of parts of the game, to be honest. So the second would be the tuning of the bosses, like I said, and the third would be the world buffs, I think, because even if you tune the bosses a little bit harder, you can still over buff yourself and make them too easy, and it has a lot of impact on everyone in your guild. One guy does it, and basically tanks get forced to do it, and
Yep.
I don't like it at all, and I'm happy I'm a healer and I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
But
We just got hosted by my man High Warlord Steno. Thank you very
Oh!
much, Mr. Steno, with the huge host. 120 ballers in the chat. Good to see you, ballers.
Dude.
And
you guys.
we also got a donation from Nuance with the €5. Thank you very much, man, for the support, and thank you very much, Steno, for the host. I appreciate it, guys. Welcome.
Welcome, fellas.
Dunedain, though, with the world buffs, are you with Melderon that you want them completely removed, or you wanted them reduced?
I would say don't make him usable in raids, something like
Yep.
that. It's fine for leveling, I guess.
You don't have to remove them from the game. You just gotta wipe them when you enter a raid. That's it.
Yeah.
I see.
But
Wipe
it's
them when you
only
enter the raid.
third on my list, though. I think population cap and slightly tuned rates are more important. But it's still third, and there are other things that I would put behind it.
How about you, Kargoz?
So number one is going to be the thing that matters the most to me, for whatever that's worth, would be to shit all over the dungeon leveling XP rates for when you have a 60 in there. So if you have a 60, right? This is the mage meta, right? If you have a 60, they can still carry you through the dungeon. They can still help you complete your dungeon quests. No problem there. But the amount of XP you get per mob dramatically affected by having a 60 in the party. Something like
Good
that
one.
would work. Or make it so you can only reset an instance 3 times per hour instead of 5 times an hour. These are these are at least, you know, evening the scales a little bit here. With 5 an hour, you can do some nutty shit. But if it was 3 an hour, that's going to affect the gold. You're going to be able to make less money in, you know, doing the thorium gem farms in Dire Mall. It's going to make open world farming methods more viable. It would reduce, you know, the dungeon meta of either just spell cleaving, melee cleaving, or having a mage do it. These are just options. You could choose any one of these. Some people are freaking out over the 3 per hour. This is just something you could do. and just pretty much
Three wishes. Change arcane missiles. Change arcane missiles and change arcane
Watch it,
missiles.
Kargoz.
Arcane Mage. Sorry about the super chat being so loud, guys. I don't know why it's super loud right now. There's some audio scuffles today. But
I like that change arcane missiles.
thanks for the $5. Thanks for the $5, Arcane Mage. I appreciate it, man. I know you love the Arcane Mage. It's your favorite thing. And the real EU with the tier 1 sub as well. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's a fellowship member.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Thank
So,
you, Andrew.
that's the first thing. I just want to tip the scales back in the favor of the open world across the
I
board.
agree,
That's going to
Kargoz,
affect,
yeah.
gold. It's going to affect leveling, etc., etc. Second thing, completely remove multi-boxing, make it against TOS,
Yes.
or make a multi-boxer server just so we can all lol and look at how empty and not even utilize that multi-boxer server is. They should They should make what should the name of the multi-box server be? It should be called
No life.
Losers.
fucking joke
Losers.
Joke Island, dude. Joke Island. And then we just get to, everyone who likes the multi-box, it's all good, man. And be like, here you go, man. Here's your little sandbox. You can enjoy the game to your heart's content. And there's going to be 2 people playing on there. Or you just make it against TOS. The third
It's
thing...
just crazy because, I'm sorry, go ahead. Yep.
No, the last thing I was just going to say, that this is a real selfish, and this is in the changes territory right here that I have to say, is a solo queue option for BGs, as well as like a complimentary sort of just loose MMR, solo queue MMR type thing in BGs. I think it'd be a lot of fun. It would give people a reason to want to queue up BGs
Oh, you mean
more.
like not going against pre-mates?
Yeah, it's everyone in the queue is solo, so you queue up by yourself. It puts you into Warsong A, B, whatever. You get to play BG, and then you just have the basic 1500 ELO MMR system, and then that would correspond to amount of honor and ranking points, and it would slide into the.
So
whole
you can never
practice
go
thing.
against a pre-mate, is what you're saying, basically.
You only go up against people who are solo queued,
Gotcha.
and it would give just the average player, the casual player, whatever. It would give them just something to something to do, something to sink their teeth into.
Mm-hmm.
It would be it'd be fun. So those are my 3.
End game content.
Yeah.
That's
I think we
okay.
all have good ones. I think I agree with most of your guys' changes, honestly. And I think, for me, like, and what's crazy is, Kargoz, like the whole thing with the multi-boxers are, like, I feel like Blizzard just allows it because they know they're getting money off these people.
Oh,
Right?
it's exactly why they do it.
Yeah, and the other part of like with the server problems is like, are they content with keeping the servers like they are with the problems that they have, just so people will feel compelled to server transfer so they get the money from it?
Absolutely. I think they do it for the money, for
Think so?
sure. I mean, apparently it's always been a thing in WoW. Apparently multi-boxing has always been a thing. But here's the thing. I don't think it's ever impacted a version of WoW as much as it does in Classic. I'm shooting from the hip there. If any of you guys have played to a great level of detail, any of the other subsequent WoW expansions, maybe it has. Maybe just people didn't take advantage of it as much. People just weren't as sweaty enough, didn't have as powerful PCs, didn't have a 2 PC streaming setup with i9s in it, or whatever you want to call it.
That's a good point.
It would just be, if I was Blizzard right now, based on the way Warcraft 3 Reforged and some of the way the decisions have been viewed by the public, and like some people are saying that Bethesda is worse than Blizzard now. Some people have been really, really kind of shitting on Blizzard, which is, if I was Blizzard, I'd be going to like a brand like renovation phase or something like that, where you just make a bunch of decisions and you shill the decisions, you put it through the press release or whatever, and just make a bunch of decisions that don't look like they're money motivated. Just
that are for the community. Absolutely, I 100% agree, Kargoz. I think right now, Blizzard needs to do right by the community. They need to fix these server issues, right? They need to do it for fucking free. They need to let people transfer for free, whatever they got to do to fix this right now, and stop worrying about making fucking money off this shit, because it is pissing a lot of people off. Do right by the community. Let us fix Classic WoW right now, because there are some servers that get the Classic WoW experience, and great for them, but there are a lot of servers right now that are not getting the Classic WoW experience because Blizzard wants to fucking make money off people for those transfers, and that pisses me off more than anything. Last week, I was kind of not understanding what you were talking about with the me and you were going back a little bit back and forth between the multi-boxers, but it's funny because I saw a good amount of multi-boxers this week, Kargoz, and just seeing how much of the advantage they have over people, doing certain things, and you're right, it's not has more money can do these certain things over other people.
Multi-boxing ruins the game
I
emo.
really do, and
Great stream,
like, I was
guys.
like, oh, maybe Skyrim doesn't have that issue because blah blah blah. But like I was looking at other people who were streaming and watching other people where multi-boxers are a big issue on those servers. So I 100% agree with him, and I think Blizzard needs for a second to not worry about income and money and fix things and do right by the community. And then down the line, we can worry about whatever, you know what I mean? But right now, there are things that need to be addressed in Classic WoW, and there is so much, like, fix these fucking servers, man. Like, please.
What they do is they are still going with that no changes thing, and that's like an argument to not do anything. That's how I feel about it anyway. So I think what if I read between the lines, what we want is Blizzard actively managing Classic WoW rather than just letting it go as it's planned to be in a no changes fashion. But I think we want it with an old school Blizzard team, like the old vanilla team, rather than the new one. I wouldn't mind if we had like the old school vanilla classic team, if they would balance the game a little bit or add new things, like we discussed before. But I don't really trust them to do that now. At the same time, I really want them to make active changes to keep up with the meta and to balance things. Yeah, it's a weird one, to be honest.
So
I got killed by 5 boomkins running into BRM once.
It's unfair that Blizzard is getting. I mean, it's kind of really obvious. It's all Activision behind the money milking. The staff of Blizzard really have no say. I totally disagree. I think Blizzard has a say. I think they definitely do have to answer to Activision. Yeah, but I definitely think that Blizzard could make more of a. Melderon, you have something to say about that? I think they can make more of an effort.
Yeah, but like server transfers and all those things, they won't let them demonetize those things. That's the decision that comes from up top, right? When you fuck with the money, that's the thing that's like, I mean, they don't fuck with them with decisions like Omar made, like with phases. They're not going to, they don't care about that.
Right.
But when it comes to money, yeah, they're definitely going to care about that, right? So that's something that they have to make up top.
Right, I understand.
Omar can't be like, oh, we're going to make server transfers free. He can't make that decision.
No, but I think what they have to do right now is to literally say, like, there's an issue. We have to fix this right now. We can go back to the server transfer thing, but right now we need to fix this issue because it's going to cause.
I guarantee it has, and it was probably shut down.
I don't know. I mean, we don't know, right?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, don't be surprised if it was shut down. You know what I mean? Like.
So I was looking up some Hearthstone news lately, not because I played that game, but because there's a new expansion coming up, and I read something in the notes, patch notes, I would call them, which is non-money related. It's actually a good change in my opinion. I don't know if you know about Hearthstone and the packs and all that.
Apparently no one can hear us, Kargoz.
Yeah.
No, I think it's better. I think it's better now. There was an issue for a second, but I think
Okay.
there's
Came
just
here
a
and I
delay.
have. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, no. It's
Yeah, I
now,
hear
think.
Dunedain now. Okay. Yep.
Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
There's a little bit of delay with
anyway.
the chat, yeah, but we're it should be good now.
In the new Hearthstone expansion, they made a change where if you open a pack, you cannot get duplicates anymore until you have all of the same rarity. One of the things, I don't know if you ever played Hearthstone, but one of the things that could
A
happen
little
is
bit, yeah.
you open packs and you get those legendaries, and they are really rare cards, and then you open a few packs and you get the duplicate and you can't use them. So that's really annoying. And now they removed that, so you can only get one of each until you have all, which I feel like is an honestly good change, and that's something Blizzard hasn't done for a while. It's good for the customer. It doesn't add gold or it doesn't add dollars to them because you buy less packs now to get all the cards.
So you're saying that basically is that Blizzard does have the ability to change these things, and they've done it before.
I know it's yeah. I just read in the notes that they do this for Hearthstone, and it feels like a good change. And it's one of the first things that I read in patch notes that I feel like this is actually something good, and they don't try to get the most money out of everyone with this. Now Hearthstone still makes them tons of money because it's still really expensive to buy those packs, but that's something else.
Yeah, Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good change. I played a ton of Hearthstone. I think that's a smart move because you would get new legendaries and have to D8 for like 400 dust or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that. Yeah.
like the most annoying thing that could happen. And I don't know if anyone asked for it. It took like 8 years to make that change, but at least they did it. So it's good.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Hearthstone, real quick, it's a Burning Crusade expansion that they are adding, which makes me believe that we will get Burning Crusade for Classic.
Setting the stage.
I think
right?
it's a good omen. Yeah.
But I hope they don't fuck it up, dude. I hope they don't do the same thing they did with Classic with server issues.
That's why we need to fix it now. Melderon.
Yeah. But
Why
here's
do you
the-
need to talk about it?
But to be perfectly honest, there's only 2 more Blizzard titles I will buy in my life,
Well,
and
that
it's
you
going to
know
be
of.
TBC and dude. I can guarantee it's going to be 2 more titles. The way things are going in that company, TBC and Wrath are the last 2 things I'll be buying.
Well, what about Diablo 4?
Not gonna try Diablo.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to wait and see the reviews first. I'm not going to buy it right away
Okay.
because I don't trust it's going to be good. It
Yeah.
looks good, but a cinematic doesn't tell you anything, right? We played it a little bit, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just
Here's the
I
thing,
don't know.
Melderon. Like, and I
Yeah.
kind of I understand what you're saying, but I think people do this too often. They say, "Oh, it's Activision. Oh, it's Activision." I think at the end of the
Well,
day, you know, a
I
lot
didn't
of
say
these
anything
issues.
about Activision.
No. When I remember with the question about, you know, you were saying, I'm sure that Blizzard tried this and, you know, Activision.
But when it
said
comes
no,
to money, yeah, it's Activision.
But I kind of don't buy that to 100%. Like, I really feel that, like,
That's how the companies are run, though. Yeah,
I
it's just,
no, I listen. What I'm saying is, I think people just blaming Activision and not like Blizzard has a lot to answer for, and it's not just all Activision's fault. What I'm trying to say is like there are things that Blizzard, I'm sure, you know, gets down from the top and says you have to do this, you have to do that. But at the end of the day, this company has made a lot of fucking mistakes, and they need to start fixing it. You know, what I'm trying to say is like it's not just fucking Activision's fault. It's Blizzard's fault as well. We need to hold them accountable. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, but it's the same company. It's
And listen, I understand that, but there are people at Blizzard that I think are great, and Omar's a great guy, and I'm not just putting all on these people's shoulders, but as a whole, this company needs to do right by their players, people who have been by this company for years, and not just try to milk every fucking dollar out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just pissed me off, you know, like how we got to this point we are here right now with certain servers, you know, how they are, and like it's just if they would just take care of this, it would solve so many issues.
Out of Blizzard, the 2 things that they should do, from my perspective, you know, I'm just a 29-year-old man-child Blizzard. Feel free to completely ignore it. I know, I mean, it's all good, right? But they need to definitely work on their communication. I don't think any of us here think Blizzard communicates really well. I'm almost about to laugh even just saying it in terms of, you know, there's been a little mini step in the right direction once they got Kaivax on board, and some of these CMs now they're posting somewhat frequently, making forum posts and stuff. But usually when they put something out to respond to a crisis or whatever, you can just see it, man. You can just see right through it so easily, man. Work on the communication, maybe do just more down to earth, maybe live streams or so, whatever. Just communicate a little bit more. And then the other thing is just making some decisions that seem like they were made not to maximize the dollar value, right? Just stuff that feels wholesome, looks wholesome, and there could be a financial reason to do it too, man. You could say like we're doing this right now so to rebuild our brand image a little bit, reestablish some of the trust with the community so we can make more money down the line. Even that would be, you know, a good gesture.
Long term,
Yeah.
be better long term.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wanted to get that out because like this issue is concerning me, and like, you know, I know like I feel at the end of the day, man, they need to do something before things get worse. You know, I don't want to be playing BC on the same server and have like these issues down the line as well. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's important to realize that Blizzard will never be what it was ever.
I agree, and
It never will.
Yeah. But they can do right by their you know, people who have stood by.
Don't hold your breath, dude.
I know. All right, real quick. Someone, Timiljan wants a Snapple fact. Another one. I'll give you another one. So 40% of twins invent their own language. What?
40%? That's kind of
40% of twins
really high.
language.
Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
Wow. There it is.
There it is.
You think there's a chance though, you know, that that Blizzard comes out with D4 and just nails it, and it becomes like critically acclaimed and stuff? What? Chad, help us out here. Do you think that's a realistic thing? You think they could just absolutely crush D4 and it comes out and it's super edgy and gritty and dark and amazing, and it just provides this whole other
It's possible.
universe to sink your teeth into?
Chance they do a really good D4 Zygarde, and they do a really good World of Warcraft expansion, I guess, because they
I
start
agree.
fresh in a way. So
And it could capture
yeah.
a different audience, yo. So if I'm Blizzard, right, and I'm like, all right, so World of Warcraft is now our cutesy, weebs and furries, Volterra and Mechanome thing. That's fine. That's the direction we want to go for with it. It's our right to do so. It's our IP. It's our intellectual property. That's what's going to bring in the money. But we still got these other boomers over here that like the old edgy, dark, gritty, medieval style. Let's give them a home with the Diablo, right? And so here's my thing though: if Blizzard doesn't I'm talking Grand Slam, baby. If they don't Grand Slam Diablo, they're kind of done, bro. I feel like they're kind of done. I don't know.
I feel like Diablo is a little bit more niche, though.
I think so.
It's way
niche,
for
really?
me personally.
I think there's
I
a
feel
lot
so.
of people who've been waiting for Diablo.
Probably, but it's way darker than WoW, and I really also like the nice sunny zones like Strangletorn, and I like Elwyn, and I like Teldrassil, and all those kind of things. It doesn't mean there need to be like cartoony furries in there,
Yeah.
but those zones are also cool, and Diablo is all dark.
I don't know, man. Diablo 2 had a huge following.
I know.
And I think Diablo 3, they lost some people with Diablo 3. The launch of Diablo 3 was not good, but that game ended up, being decent for some people. For a lot of people, they didn't like the graphics and another. But I do feel like Diablo 4 could be huge for Blizzard. I do. But
I
they
didn't mean
have
to
to nail it, I think.
I didn't mean to say it's a niche game. It's just a little bit more niche than World of Warcraft, I think. Yeah.
If it was
but
an
still-
MMO though, ooh, Diablo.
Yeah, if in an MMO style, obviously.
Thinking about it, that would be insane. I don't know, PoE. People really like PoE. Here's what I think. Did you guys ever try playing PoE? It's not really
No.
an MMO though. It's one of those dungeon crawler type games. It's a
Oh.
different.
It's a
Only
Diablo,
my
right?
guild play it. I
Yeah.
never tried it, but they seem to like it, and it's seasonal, right?
I think so. I don't know too much about
Yeah.
it, but I've just seen from
Every
what I've
time
seen.
there's like a new season, if it's called a season, they start playing it for a week and then they quit again. That's how I think they do it. At least I see it on Discord. So
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it's like Diablo, right? It's basically like same thing, like a isometric action RPG, right?
yeah, it pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I hope so. We were at BlizzCon, right, guys? I was here with these fine, handsome gentlemen. We were at BlizzCon kicking it, dude. Defcamp got the coronavirus day too, unfortunately, but he's, but it was really fun, and I'll tell you, I was so happy with D4 because here's how my brain works, guys. You have to understand that I'm half goldfish, man. You have to understand this, right? So when my enjoyment, my liking, my empathy with the game, this is how it starts. This is how it's a checklist. The top of the checklist is cool looking art. I have to just look at the game and go, dude, that looks dope, man. I want to play that. Like, I have to see some just edgy, gritty, dark, medieval. I mean, that's where it starts for me. So when I was talking on this podcast about MMOs with North and Savage, they've played so many MMOs over the year and games over the year that the art style doesn't really bother them so much. Like for them, it's gameplay, mechanics, and they can deal with the art style that they don't really like too much if the game is solid, and that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot more sense than my perspective with the art, right? This is how I know I'm kind of a low key RPer because the art means so much to me, like just how cool everything looks. But for me, I went to BlizzCon and playing the demo on those computers. It was everything, man. It looks so cool. Yeah. I mean, playing a game with that high fidelity models and stuff too, because we're so used to playing classic. Everything is a little bit, more simple because it's an older game, right? But Diablo just had all the textures, all the fidelity,
And it had the gameplay, in my opinion, too.
I thought it did. Melderon thought it was kind of like felt like D3, mechanically, and
It's
with
very
the talents.
D3 like, yeah. But whatever.
Still,
I mean, but it's really hard to get away from that now. I mean, that's basically what it's going to look like. That's. I like the fact that it's more open world. I have hopes for it. I just don't. I don't know. I don't want to put my eggs in one basket. I know Blizzard nowadays, and I know it's going to be. It's some way. It's going to be fucked up in some way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, what have they done? What have they done in like the past 10 years? Well, no, let's just say 5 years that hasn't had some kind of like horrible issue, like Warcraft 3, all the new expansions of WoW, Diablo 3,
Classic WoW. That's what
Classic WoW.
And
they fucked it up too.
They still did a pretty good job.
They did
a good job, but they didn't do a great job. I mean, like
Did Classic WoW exceed your expectations? I honestly went into Classic WoW thinking that Blizzard was going to
I don't want to say what I want to say. I don't want to say what I want to say. Because I think private servers did a better job.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, I think I agree.
Put
with
some
that,
fire emotes in the chat, dude.
Yeah, I think Light's Hope. I think Light's Hope and Nostalrius were better experience.
Nostalrius.
Oh my Lanta, there it is, dude.
I mean, there were some things on private servers that I had more fun PvPing on private servers. I had more fun in AV on private. You know, a lot of PvP stuff. There were some things on private servers that pissed me off. I know a lot of people have issues with batching and things like that. There are some things in private servers that I didn't like as well. But at the end of the day, you know, I kind of have to agree, like, because I have to look at my total experience. You know what I mean?
PvP was much smoother.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but
the rating was harder.
Especially that rating was harder.
Yeah.
But the reason the classic WoW is better or more played is because it's Blizzard version and it's the real version, and I think that's something that adds to the game.
If NOS was in charge of this, let's say that Blizzard was like, okay, you have all rights to World of Warcraft Classic, this game would be twice as popular as it is now, I think.
Maybe, yeah, if it was like Blizzard told them to launch it, I guess.
Here's the thing. So a part of me agrees with you, Melderon, when it comes to like the difficulty of stuff and stuff like that. But here's the thing. Like I actually went back to private recently. Fuck it. It is what it is. Here. You know, I can ban me. Whatever happens. But it's you know, I played on TBC Realm, and you're going back to these old funky script macros and stuff. The thing is that really Blizzard's credit though, or was that just basic manage to fix that? But that type of stuff hurts.
But to do what they did without the official data, like you have to realize this isn't AAA. This is some dude. These are a bunch of people in like France or whatever, wherever NOS. Yeah, like give them credit where credit is due. If they had the capability of Blizzard, if they had all the correct scripts, it would have been a better experience in my opinion.
The way Nostalrius marketed, the way they marketed their game, the website they had, you could see the passion on there, and just looking at the website and the timeline, that was reason to play Nostalrius, and that made it a really interesting experience.
They were definitely passionate, but another thing, guys, that we're forgetting, like so many private servers were run by Chinese gold farmers, like because of, you know,
True.
I mean, like. How many private servers do we have issues with gold farmers? I mean, getting
most of them, dude, most of them
nonstop. Like that was
again, it's beyond their capability. That's the problem.
I mean, I don't know. I there definitely were. I'm not. Like,
it's run on donations,
right?
I mean, come on, it's run on donations.
I definitely had a lot of fun on private servers when I was playing them, but a lot of the thing is like, okay, I was playing private Classic, so like if Classic had come out first and there wasn't private servers, I think we would be feeling a little bit different just because we had that experience on private servers for a lot of people who were wanting to play it for so long. I don't know, that's part of it for me. But also, like, I really do feel that, you know, like I said, I had a better experience on PvP, this, that, and the other. But, you know, when it comes to the safety, you know, of being on a Blizzard server, not have to worrying about losing your character, like this, that, and the other. Other issues that I had with, like, you know, like there were a lot of buggy things that would happen. And like at the end of the day, you know, even though we have the issues with like batching and, you know, melee leeway, this and the other, there are some things that are more true to Classic in Classic than from vanilla than it was on private servers.
Because they didn't have the data. If they did, it would have been just as much.
Right, yeah.
You know what I think a lot of our issues there with Blizzard kind of stem from, though, is like it's this kind of unknown, and we talk about this every GMA. We're always wondering, like, I wonder how many people are playing retail. I wonder how many people are playing Classic. I wonder. Like, why did Blizzard do this? Blizzard so this, so that. Like, if Blizzard did like a weekly live stream where they were just chilling, and it's just Omar and the guy with the curly hair, and they're just on the couch, and they're just like, guys, put your questions in the chat. We're here for you. Like, what do you want to know? And they just answered they didn't have to answer super transparently. Like they could be deflective a little bit, right? If the chat is going crazy, but like they can deflect, but at least they're there. I actually really think that would have made a big help. I'm not even joking. It doesn't even have to be Omar. It could have just been Joe Schmo. It doesn't matter. They could put the interns there. Just but it does feel like there's a disconnect between the feedback and everything the community is saying, and then Blizzard's response on it. At least for me, I think it would help me a lot. Like, for example, what if some of the decisions Blizzard made was due to either just a lack of personnel or funding, or if they say, actually, dude, this would take a lot longer than you guys might think, guys, like to actually implement AV as you guys want. A lot of us agree with you over here at Big Blizz. Like, we agree with you, but to do that, it's just out of our resources. We don't have the budget for it. I don't know. They could just say anything, but, maybe that's a corporate thing. That's usually, I think I brought that up in the past. People say, like, a corporation can't really communicate like that. What do you guys think, though? I mean,
I just think the era of the dudes who started Blizzard were a very special group of people, and they understood gaming and they understood. But with everything in the world, everything at some point gets corporatized and gets ruined, and that's where Blizzard's at right now. It's like those guys were they wanted to make money, of course they did. But they wanted to make they knew to make money, you had to make your fan base happy, right? And that style of game design doesn't exist anymore because of corporations. And it's just, I just think that the era of like that kind of, it's gone and past. It's almost like music. Like, to me, I know I'm gonna piss people off.
What about CD Projekt Red though? Like they come out with some bangers like Witcher and stuff like that. They're corporate. They're making lots of money. But they're still, but maybe you have to go through a cycle. Maybe the first gen.
But I guarantee it's 10 years from now, CD Projekt Red is going to be just as bad as Blizzard.
Because the OGs left, probably. That's probably what it is.
Exactly that. And
you feel like it's a corporate evolution of like where companies get to this point where they care more about money than they do about their
and it's not the workers' fault. It's the stockholders. It's the CEO. It's the people who want to make it more than what it really is. And I think every game company gets there. Bethesda got there. It's sad. But that's just the way of the world, man. And I hope that the thing is to keep hope for new things. Like I was saying, I was playing Ori. Obviously a newish game studio. They're doing an excellent job, and you can see the passion in the game, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's just good to expand and play new games. I mean, like. I love WoW. It's my favorite game. WoW Classic and TBC and Wrath are my favorite games of all time. But like at the same time, I know it's not going to last forever, and I just want to try to experience more that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing that in the past month.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, and I think that's something to keep in mind. Is like we can all sit here and say this, that, and the other. Like sometimes the truth is that the best of that time is gone, and like a lot of people can say, oh, what can they do to come back? What can they do to But sometimes you have to accept that Blizzard isn't the Blizzard that they used to be, and they probably will never be again. You know what I mean? I think there has to be a point, and and accept what they've done, and I think they did a pretty decent job with what they had with Classic, and I'm happy about that. But like a lot of people said, there's only so much I think we can come to expect from it. And a lot, we have to start looking to the future and see what else is out there. I think for us to expect Blizzard to be who they used to be is kind of unfair on our parts to expect them to, do. But at the same time, there is still a level of professionalism that they should, be at, right? So I don't know. That's my take on it. And I agree with Z. Z had a question. He said, "What do you guys think about level zone scaling?" I think the fact that RPGs and MMOs started with the whole scaling trend all went downhill. I agree. That's another thing that the level scaling that I
answered.
Really,
in chat.
Feel like,
if the world levels with you, what's the point in leveling then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the most beautiful thing about an RPG is going back to those mobs that killed you before and one-shotting them, right? That's like a beautiful thing. And knowing that you're progressing in the world, it makes you feel powerful. And there's always new content that's challenging, but the fact that you can go back and make other content trivial is the whole point of an RPG, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's already a reason that the new WoW expansion will always be kind of
Yeah.
crappy, because
Yeah.
they will
Yeah.
not take that back. They invested in it and they want to keep that
Yeah.
technology. So
And that's
yeah,
kind of what I
even if
mean
it's
by
not
like,
fun.
Oh, dude,
you
this
know,
is a
like
funny
how
ass
much can we
article.
really expect from
gotta-
from Blizzard at this
I
point?
gotta pull this article up. Yo, this is so funny, guys. Type something in the chat if you're alive. There's this actually an article on PC World. I honestly think sometimes though we are like a bunch of boomers that drink too strong Kool-Aid, because this is an article from PC World. I know maybe this is a big thing. I don't know. Anyway, the title of the article is "WoW Classic is a step back in time and a step back for World of Warcraft." Okay.
What?
Spicy. I mean, look at the elf crying here, right? What does he say? Few of us ever get a chance
Probably written by some idiot. Yeah, sorry.
Let's see. Let's just relish in this. It's kind of hilarious, honestly. It'll put a chuckle on your face. Few of us ever get a chance to start over from scratch, but last night World of Warcraft players got exactly that with the launch of WoW Classic. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Here we go. This is where it gets juicy. Okay, but World of Warcraft Classic also feels like a rejection of everything that has kept WoW a relevant cultural phenomenon in the first place. On Blizzard's end, it slightly looks like surrender, or at least the partial closing of a door. Now that the original vanilla, as we called it, game is hosted on the official game itself instead of on rogue servers like Nostalrius Begins, which helped spur the creation of WoW Classic, it diminishes WoW status as a successfully versatile cultural force. Nothing has kept WoW relevant so much as its success in adapting itself to changing tastes, audiences, and playstyles. At BlizzCon, even in the wake of other successful Blizzard games like Overwatch, World of Warcraft still gets many of the biggest cheers. Anyway, it goes on, but it's so interesting because it's such a different take on it. It's actually people going like,
What is their argument?
Well, I actually agree with one thing he said. The fact that it came out makes me realize that I think Blizzard is not the beast that. Okay, Classic WoW wouldn't have never been re-released if retail was good, right? So my point is that since Blizzard is really, really poor in the MMO genre, in my opinion, even though WoW's the biggest MMO, retail WoW, maybe not anymore. I think Classic's probably a little bit bigger. But what I mean is like it's a sign of a failing company, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah, because. Or at least in the MMO genre, I don't think they're a failing company. They make money every year, right? They make profits every quarter. I guess what I mean is like, WoW itself is in a decline, and release of a game that's retro, we wouldn't want Classic if retail was good, right? That's my point.
It's true.
If
And
retail,
if you think about some of the main feedback some of the retail players had, though, if you think about this, guys, if you remember, they were saying. And honestly, it's valid. If I played retail as my main game and all this, I would be saying this exact same thing. They were saying, yo, instead of investing all these millions of dollars into making Classic and making a different dev team and all this, why not spend that money to improve the current game, right? So, but I'm just saying, like, it does make sense from their perspective, right? They're like, you're just taking all this money and resources. You could just fix the current game or make it better. The other end of that, and I'm trying to be as woke as possible here, is that us MMO gamers are impossible to fully please, dude. We really are, dude. We are impossible to please. We are always going to cry about something, man. So maybe Blizzard's just like, fuck it, dude.
I think you can perfectly have two good games being a new one and an old one. Maybe the MMO part in here is what makes it true in a way, like Melderon said. But if you think about other games like Age of Empires, you have a re-release of Age of Empires 1 and 2, and you have Age of Empires 3. And while people say 3 is worse than 2, they also re-released 1, so I guess all 3 games have something to add to the player base. So the same can be said for WoW, I would say. If retail was really good, I would still probably want to try out Classic, because it's also a good iteration. Now, problem is retail sucks, so I can only play Classic. But yeah, I just think it's not necessarily true that the company needs to re-release their old game because their new one is bad. I think it can be possible if their new one is good too.
That's true, but like Age of Empires, those are singular units, right? Like Age of Empires 1, 2, and 3 are separate games. World of Warcraft is an evolution, is a game that evolves over time, and the fact that they took a part of it that doesn't exist anymore, and then re-released it, I think it's different than re-releasing like Final Fantasy VII, in like you can re-releasing an old game because it's a singular unit, right? Like Age of Empires 1, 2, and 3 are singular; they don't build upon each other in a way that's like a ladder, right? Like, so I agree with you, but I also think they're kind of apples and oranges.
Well, yeah, it's the MMO part.
Well, let me ask you guys something. Yeah. Talking about MMOs, do you think, because Z brought up a good point, so the Lord of the Ring MMO that's being worked on, and a lot of people are getting hyped about that. Do you guys feel that people are kind of shying away from them now?
They've been saying that forever, dude. For years and years. You guys have heard it, right? MMOs are dead genre. Why is it dead? Someone explain to me why it's dead. I can put myself.
I'm just asking you guys. Yeah,
I can put myself in the shoes of my 16-year-old cousin, right, or whatever. Like I have a couple like teenage Zoomer cousins, and they're going through the motions right now, and I chill with them from time to time. When we do family gatherings, and they're all playing Fortnite, and I kind of have a sense of what they're into. I think they like what is bad about an MMO? I feel like it would still be totally fine to like MMOs are great.
I think they're not dead at all. And Lord of the Rings MMO, it's the perfect world to make an MMO in. I feel.
Yes.
So if it's a good one, if the game mechanics are good, if it's anything like the quality of WoW vanilla, then I think it might be a success.
See, that's the thing. So what I was going to say, I think the issue is that MMOs are just such a huge undertaking for gaming companies.
Yes, they are.
That it's been such a long time since we've gotten anything that has really, kind of trumped WoW in this way. Because, WoW is what it is today, and it's not the fact that MMOs are, dying or this and other. It's just the fact that they're such huge undertakings for gaming companies that it's going to take a while and, something really big to get to the point where we have another MMO that hopefully, like Lord of the Rings, that can actually give us what we want. So I'm really excited.
If one world fantasy can do it, then probably Lord of the Rings is the one.
Yeah, I think so too.
And everything. Testings for people who like pretty zones and dark zones, and it has all the mythical creatures and stuff. It's I think it's a perfect one, and it's really huge, and many people like Lord of the Rings, so that already brings players in the game that would probably not even try it if it was, let's say, Star Wars or something else.
That is so true.
I'm actually really excited for the Lord of the Rings MMO, and I hope that it can really. You got Dan in chat just being a meme right now.
Huh?
Tea time is in chat.
Definitely won't hear me.
Let's be honest, it's not the first time he's heard that.
No, yeah. So from him, but yeah, I'm really excited about that, and I think it can be an amazing game. But I agree, Danny. If there's one gaming company and one genre that can do it, it'd probably be that. So, yeah. Oh man, I don't know, man. All this talk has gotten me like I
mean, look at it this way. I mean, like TV. Hopefully, unless they're brain dead, we have TBC to look forward to.
Right.
Which I think is a much better game to keep people engaged.
Much more to do. You have
maybe
there's a lot more to do.
Have heroic dungeons.
Heroic dungeons.
There's a lot to do in Classic.
Arenas. People are saying
there is a lot to do in Classic, but I feel like TBC has things that keep you more kind of engaged.
I think specifically Arena is a big one.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think they could also just add stuff like created battlegrounds to Classic, and it would be perfectly.
There's rep grinds, there's daily quests, you get your Netherwing mount. There's so many things you can do.
Hala, stuff like that.
Hala, yeah.
I'm really excited for TBC. I know you guys know this about me. I'm a huge TBC fan, and
Same.
I recently have just been watching PvP videos from back in the day, getting hyped for there's so many classes I want to play in BC. I love BC. I love Priest in BC.
I think I got it figured out too, by the way, Defcamp. I think if I had to bet on how it's gonna work, I would bet money. Not a lot of money, but I bet like $20 that's gonna happen this way.
We do a TBC special next week, right?
I'm down with TBC special next week. I think this is the way we're going to do it, chat. Let me know what you think, chat. They're going to basically graduate these servers right now that we're playing on. Yeah, I've thought this through a good amount now. I really think they're going to do it this way. Like Scarum, all these servers are going to just automatically turn into TBC realms, and that you are going to be able to either roll fresh on new fresh classic servers as TBC launches, or transfer your, transfer. I don't know if they're going to copy or just straight up transfer. That'd be a hard line in the sand right there. Transfer your level 60 to a classic only realm, and that the existing servers will become TBC servers. What do you think about that?
I agree with you, Kargoz, but this is why we need to fix the servers now. Because if we roll out with the servers that we're on in TBC, and we have the problem with 98% friggin' horde on certain servers, that's why I'm saying we need to fix that now before we go into that world. But it's probably the most logical thing, in my opinion, to do that. Yeah.
Trinai will balance the server. Don't worry.
Space goats.
I like him though.
What do they used to say? Kaskanan Chrono, Arcanon,
Poros, Arcanon, Poros.
I think you were trying to say, "Call me now for your free read."
Call me now for your free read.
No one knows what Draenei are, dude. Are they Russian? Are they? What is a Draenei?
They're space ghosts, dude.
Definitely Eastern European of some kind.
Are they?
No, I don't know, dude.
I actually don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a mystery. Sometimes you don't know. You click them and they get different voices.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm not a fan.
Not a fan of the
I
space
didn't
ghosts.
like them, but yeah.
So how far out do you think
Wait,
TBC is, guys?
Just something else maybe first.
Q2, Q3.
I would say summer 2021, right? But I think is there a chance Corona just pushes it out? I don't know. We'll see.
So this is something I want.
Yeah. Oh right, yeah, because they can't go into work.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that the coronavirus issue right now is going to delay certain things like Shadowlands, CG?
Hopefully delay it forever.
John Smith say the Draenei are Italian, dude. You think he's right?
Get the fuck out of here.
Can you imagine like a Brooklyn slick talking New Yorker in game though?
Arcanon Poros, motherfucker.
Yo, that's kind of what goblins are a little bit though.
I'll have to
Time is money, friend.
Goblins are Italian Americans, yeah, definitely.
The goblins, right? There's some in the goblin, man. Time is money, friend. Forget about it.
Time is money, friend.
All the actual Italians in chat are cringing right now because they don't talk like that, but yeah.
We're Italian.
Oh,
What's
God.
that?
I want to say
said
something
we're
about what Z said in chat. Where is it? No MMO will ever beat WoW's art style. Because it's way too iconic and nice to be playing in it. But I think that if an MMO is going to beat it like Lord of the Rings, that something they have going for them is they also are working on a TV series. So if they can manage to bring them out together, I think that would really be beneficial for an MMO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's also why WoW in the first place grew so much, because it came kind of with the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh, I agree.
God, Grace for Days just died in hardcore.
No, he did.
Yes, he did. 39. You hate to see
Put the
it,
clip on.
bro.
Let's put the clip up. You gotta watch the clip.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's watch the clip. Let's watch the clip on GMA. Let's do it.
He
Let me
was
see
so
if so-
excited. I was like, "You got the level 39." He's like, "Yeah, it's getting real." And he was like, "I'm so lucky as a Jedi." I can.
No one
That
clipped
thing-
it yet? No one clipped. Did it just happen? It might have just
Oh my
happened.
God.
There's no clip yet. That's how fresh it is. Someone needs to clip it. I don't even know how to clip it.
Poor
Okay.
Grays, dude. That's like his 95th druid, dude.
Bro, I've been in a bad spot with hardcore too. I've been dying, dude. This is rough, dude. We have Hardcore Community Cup. Oh, here it is. Someone clipped it. We're pulling it
Oh,
up.
let's watch it. Let's watch
All
it.
right,
on
here we
stream.
go.
And I gotta turn the volume up. I want to hear his yell.
All right, we're going big screen mode, guys. We're going big screen mode. I'm actually genuinely curious to see what happened to this dude. He's in Stranglethorn Vale. That was the last I heard. We're gonna switch over to big mode.
Yeah.
All right, hold up. Let me try and fix this.
Oh my God, I can't believe he died, dude.
I thought he was gonna make it, man. 39. That is up there, brother. All right, here we go. Hold up. Stand by.
I know.
Here we go. I haven't watched it yet. All right, so it looks like it's at Graham Gaw Base Camp. Let's transition. Here we go. You guys ready for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Can you guys see this up on the stream here?
Not yet.
There's a little bit of delay. Let me
A little
see.
bit of a delay. Okay, here we go.
Okay,
We'll
here
put
we
the
go.
volume on for this. Volume warning.
see it,
Grace
yeah,
can
yeah.
be quite animated when he dies. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, he's killing Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Golly!
Why would you
Himself?
solo him?
He hibernated him though. That's kind of a god gamer move. Sticky glue. He still has 4 sticky glue. Don't tell me he gets resisted. No, it gets resisted.
Oh, I'm so dead.
No.
I'm so fucking dead.
Oh, run inside. Run in the base. Run in the base. Oh my god.
Golly!
Did he break the keyboard?
Run, son.
Oh man, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. He actually broke it? No, hold on. Did he break the keyboard?
Blessed run, son.
He broke the keyboard. He wasn't trolling. He said he was gonna do it. Oh man, I feel for him, yo. Oh, I feel for him. Oh, he
I
actually
heard
did
the
break
crack,
it. I
yeah.
heard it. Damn, dude. That just
man,
happened.
Grace.
People saying should have done this. It's tough, man. In the moment, like you're just
I know,
you're
I know.
you're bound to misplay one time. You know,
Everyone tells you like, why did you do that? When you're in it, man. But like, first of all, he should have never been in that. He was
trying to make good content,
to
man.
do that. I know.
I get
Oh,
it, but like
man.
you don't solo. I don't know. Some of those mobs are just really hard.
I want to play my mage tonight. Now I'm gonna play my mage tonight. I'm level 29, so.
Speaking of that, man, we got Hardcore Community Cup in 2 days,
Yes.
guys.
Yes, I can't wait.
Let me.
So where can I find info on that?
That's a good call. Let
question.
me invite you. Here is the invite to the Discord, guys. So there's a leveling tournament for those of you who never heard, have no idea what I'm talking about. Might as well be speaking Chinese right now. Here we go. Discord, link in the chat. Hardcore Community Cup. It's a tournament, leveling tournament happening on the 28th. Your boy Defcamp, myself, a couple other casters are going to be casting it all day. It's going to be a good time. Last time we had between 2,000 and 3,000 people watching throughout, and we had some big brain levelers in there. I know Tactics is going super hard. He has got some special secret sauce he's been cooking up, getting ready for it. So if anybody wants to play, there it is. You should sign up. It's free. It's on this Saturday. So it's Saturday at noon. Saturday the 28th at noon EST. So it's going to be a little bit later than last time because we started pretty early last time.
Yeah.
A little bit too early.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We had so much fun last time, man. Guys, if you want to have a lot of fun just watching people, I mean, we unfortunately watched Grays die there, but there are some we had some amazing things happen last time, like Shovel Paladin. Oh my God,
Yeah,
we
Shovel
had a
Paladin.
Paladin who came in right behind the Hunters. Like, so many good players came together for this. So many people came together for this. It was so amazing to see. And it's just like a culmination of all the hardcore stuff coming together at once. It's a lot of fun, guys. So definitely tune in for that.
Definitely. Dunedain might be playing too, rumor has
Yeah,
it.
so it's in the evening from 6 to 2 a.m., I guess.
Yeah.
Yes. You don't have to even level the whole time though, too. True, man. Like
It's not like you have work or anything, right? So you can stay up late.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But can I read the rule sets on the...
Yeah, it's all on the
Discord?
Discord. If you go there, then under updated rules, it'll be all there. The way to sign up should be under the announcements. I'll just put the exact registration link in the chat too if anybody wants to
But
register.
if you want to win, don't you have to level the entirety of the event?
I mean, not necessarily. If you are a god gamer and you get way ahead, and then somehow people that are playing can't catch up to you in time, and you're still alive, you'll still win. But that is unlikely.
I
But
doubt
you can
that.
be the top of. You can still be the top of your class though. So if you're playing paladin
see.
or something like that, you probably have a good shot of.
But-
you probably have a good shot.
I can play until 2 a.m. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Just I need to eat early, but I will manage.
You can eat on stream.
So it's in 2 days,
Yeah.
right?
It's in
Yeah.
2 days. Oh my man, Illithorn, thank you so much, man. Yo, that's Illithorn from the other day. We did the. Oh, that's another thing. We did this Trivial Pursuit World of Warcraft game on Quissy stream the other day. It was so
Yeah.
much fun. Illithorn was my partner. We actually won. He carried me super
Oh,
hard.
you guys won.
Yeah, we won
Nice,
with the
nice.
with the 5 subs. Thank you very much, man. I want to do Pictionary, guys. How hype would that be? Classic WoW Pictionary.
Dude, yes.
We all share our screen and share the paint. MS Paint, and we make a fool of ourselves and draw.
Yeah, I was kind of upset I wasn't able to go there for that, but hopefully I'll be in the next one. It looked like you guys had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. Thank you very much for the tier 1 subs.
So I'm probably asking some noob questions, but if you want to play in the tournament, do you have to stream or can you record it as well and then you check it later?
I would say you can record as well, but here's the thing: like we only have like a half an hour or something to review everything. So like if you recorded, you have to find a way to upload it super quick and then us to down. I would just recommend streaming, honestly.
Plus, if you're streaming it, we can check in with you. We can watch.
Yeah,
on the stream.
I really want to stream myself, but maybe some other people who want to join don't. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good way for people to start streaming too. It
is, and if you don't think you have a shot at like winning the thing and you don't want to be publicized, like you could just like not stream or not record. It'd be all good. It's only if you want to be considered in the runnings, you want to pop over to your POV or anything like that. So it's just a fun community event at the end of the day, guys. These things are a little bit rare, so want to do stuff like this on a monthly basis. Oh,
yeah, dude, it makes such a difference having these.
The week after, too, Dunedain. The week after. You might be interested in this. Lord of the Rings challenge going down. Lord of the Rings challenge. Yeah. It's a complete mystery. Nobody knows what it is. Maybe Defcamp and Melderon.
I know what it is.
No.
Is it the same thing that Nixium did?
It's a little bit different, but
okay.
But the differences are a mystery. So the week after we're gonna do it's only gonna take a couple hours. It's not gonna be like a whole day type of thing, but it should still be pretty fun. So
nice.
This weekend is gonna be Hardcore Community Cup number 2. The week after, Lord of the Rings challenge. You'll love to see it. Tactics Law, one of the front runners in the chat, dude. Good to see you, Tactics.
Nice. What's up, Tactics?
Yep. Anyway.
Oh, you actually have prizes? Like 6 months game time?
We do. Yeah, we have 6 months to the first place. Second and third place get 3 months each. And then the person who's the top of every class will also get a month of free game time. It's not a whole lot, but it's better than nothing.
That's worldwide, I suppose?
Worldwide, yeah. So EU is going to be playing on Hydraxian Waterlords. I believe that's the...
Mirrored Traceway, it says.
We're switching it, though, because apparently that one's too high pop. So the EU is going to be at a disadvantage. So I got to update that. Thanks for reminding me.
Wait, which server?
It's going to be on Hydraxian Waterlords if you're EU.
That's an RP server?
It's a PvE server, yeah. A PvE or RPPE, something like that. Doesn't necessarily, that ends up being the most fair for EU because it's going to be during peak hours for Mirage Raceway, and there's going to be way too many people in the starting zones, kind of scuffing it and stuff like that. So, yeah. But
I have a character on Hydraxian Waterlords. I made my only hardcore character on there.
Oh, nice.
Which is still level 5.
Oh, damn. But, yo, guys, we're going to start wrapping up here. I got to run do something right now, but it was always fun.
I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
It's always good catching up with you guys.
Yeah, it's good discussion. I just hope Blizzard tries to make good, but, I just...
Yeah, man, me too. I really hope they fix these issues with the servers. I'm very, very much adamant about, my whole... well, you guys heard me, so I don't need to repeat it, but, I mean, yeah, it's something that I think is very important for this game to thrive,
I think I'm gonna stream a little bit. I feel like streaming AB. Yeah.
Okay, I'll host you. Yeah. What's your Twitch, man? We'll get
Dunedain 77.
Dunedain 77.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll get ready to queue up
Still
that.
And then I'll be on later tonight, also doing the hardcore. So I'll probably be on in like 3 hours or so.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds good. Yep. Apologies again, guys, for the messed up audio. I don't know. It just happens. I figured out what the issue was. If anybody is genuinely curious, it's like when I'm in raids and I stream raids, I turn the volume on Discord way down so I can my voice will come through predominantly. When I stream the raid, so it was way down.
That makes sense.
And that made all the alerts way up. It also made my voice sound way louder than their voices.
But to be honest, if it was all good, something would be wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I would be worried about you if it was not scuffed in some way.
If it's ever scuffed,
it's just the way GMA.
I probably got abducted by aliens. You gotta please come send help, dude. Call EMS. If we yeah. Anyway, guys, till next time. Gonna host my man Dunedain here. We'll see you on GMA 45.
The title is probably scuffed, but yeah, it's probably a New Year stream or something.
All right, ladies and gents.
Happy New Year.
Keep grinding and grinding, guys.
Keep washing your hands and staying corona free. That doesn't rhyme. Yep.